Your turn, Yugi boy.
What is up, guys? This is Olinthio coming at you with a discussion video about artifacts and how good are they? Artifacts are a little bit of a different one because they're such a different type of playing style that at first it's very difficult to understand and play against. If you're playing an artifact deck with a lot of back row as well, you can set 5 back row and your opponent will not have any idea of what they want to hit. If they have an MST, they're going to be like, what the fuck do I hit? Because especially in their turn, you either hit a good card, like a bottomless or warning, or you're going to hit an artifact, and that's going to be very bad for you because you can either hit the pop a monster or pop their back row, and then if they've got more artifacts, they're just going to go mad plus on you. But one thing that's quite interesting that I've seen happening a little bit more now is people are starting to work out how to play against them. I wonder if the surprise element has now gone, making them less effective. Now, that might be a silly thing to say because I think artifacts are really good. I really like them. I have the deck and I'm really happy with them. But I do feel that people can start to play around them now because they know what they're going up against. It's the exact same as the hands. The hands are good, but if you know that's a set hands, probably going to be able to play around it quite easily. Like, there are a lot of cards that can actually play around these hands, play around the artifacts, and so on and so forth. But it's just down to how clever your opponent actually is and how good they are at working around cards, and also the resources that they have with them at the time with the deck. But it's just one that I've kind of seen. A lot of people are starting to play around it now. They're not just hitting that back row. They wait until they build up their resources because sometimes artifact players will not go off. They'll wait until their opponent tries to do something and then they'll start to pop their cards to pop theirs. It's quite interesting to see because what I start to do is if there's one monster there and the opponent's holding back, I'll get one of my artifacts out and just start poking them. Because then that's putting them in an awkward situation. They need to actually do something and then I can start capitalizing on them. Instead of just waiting, I can afford to get rid of one moral attack, just pop a card, any crap card on the field, one face up of course, and then just start poking with 2-1. I can always recycle that card back with the Call of Haunted and so on and so forth. Now that everyone knows artifacts, now most people have played against them, it's about working out a strategy that's good for yourself to try and combat them because they're going to be like, artifacts, complete mindset change, because that is what is going to happen, especially in these big tournaments. The top tables are going to know how to play around those artifacts, so you need to preempt what they're doing, and Yu-Gi-Oh is becoming a lot like that now. I don't have Pokemon XY, but the competitive battling scene now that I've seen is just completely about guessing what your opponent's doing, because if you don't guess one step ahead, then they're going to switch out. You're going to hit their like Flash Flame ability and raise their attack or speed or whatever the fuck it does, and then you're fucked. Like, you need to play around what your opponent's trying to play around. You need to really concentrate and really think of what their possible outs are so you can combat that before they even try and get to it. So I want to know what you guys think of artifacts. Do you think that the kind of surprise element has gone from it and they're not actually going to be good anymore? Or do you think that that surprise element is just kind of a thing that's going to happen, a thing that will always happen with every Yu-Gi-Oh deck ever? People will figure out how to play around it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it becomes an invalid deck. So let me know down in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I shall catch you guys later.